Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Thursday update. I tried to fix my glasses, but the light in here is different than the light in my office. As you can see, I'm in my living room. I'm in my pajamas. It is super duper late on Thursday, but it is still technically Thursday. Let's talk about how the week went. I started off with the intention that I was going to find the balance between being a bottleneck and being a manager. I think I did that fairly well considering the circumstances, which we will get into now. So as the week went on, I was getting work done. We continued to bring in more contracts, which is great. And yet, when I wasn't when I didn't have something I needed to be doing, it was just super hard to motivate. And last week and this week, I've been having the hardest time eating. I announced a couple of weeks ago that my therapist had told me I'm in normalized eating. I was feeling great. Everything was going well. And then it was just I didn't want to eat lunch, and I did anyway, but I just hated it. And I was like, what is happening here? Why am I doing this? And I was thinking, well, is it because, I was keeping all of these emotions bottled up during the time that I was, struggling in the business? Is it now that we're fine, I'm feeling them again? I was trying to figure it out. Oh, there's my cat. Hi, baby. I was just trying to figure out what's going on here. Why am I having such a hard time? I ended up working after dinner for a couple of hours yesterday because I did almost no work during the day yesterday. It was so difficult. I'm going to do some work right after this today just to keep every deadline on task because, again, almost no work was done by me. Work was done by my company. We are still getting shit out the door. I'm very grateful for that. I'm super grateful that we have these systems in place so that when things are up with me, work still happens. Very, very happy about that. But it was what in the world is up with me? I even wrote about it last night. I wrote about the fact that today is the 4-year anniversary of my mother's death. Wrote about it last night, woke up this morning, still couldn't concentrate, still wasn't very much into food. Try to figure out what's wrong with me. Why am I acting so strange? What could it possibly be? Sometimes I baffle me, I have been thinking about the fact that the death anniversary was coming up for a couple of weeks now. That coincides with me losing my appetite. My mother and my grandmother were both lifelong anorexics, never got treatment. And it is... Sometimes I think I've figured it out, I've got this life thing on lock. I'm good at this, And then something like this will happen where I will forget that my mother's death would cause me to feel sad. What? Trauma is wild, y'all. Trauma is wild. It does wild things to your brain and how the brain works. Because something horrible, like the anniversary of your mother's death, can happen. And your brain is you're fine. You're fine. And to be 100% honest and clear, those of you who have mothers, you probably think of something quite different in your head. There's the cat again. When you hear the word mother, it probably brings you warm feelings. That person is a nice person. They nurtured you, took care of you. No, my mother did not raise me. I was taken in by my grandmother when I was a baby. My mother struggled with heroin addiction her entire life until her death. She was a hard woman. She had been through a lot of really terrible things. And some of those things she did work to recover from. She was a very spiritual person on many levels. There were also things that she refused to confront her whole life. And that caused her and everyone around her an incredible amount of pain. And so that doesn't make her death anniversary any easier to deal with. Other people I have known and loved who have passed away, when their death anniversaries come around, or when I think of them, there's a lot of joy, from having known them and been able to get to know them and carry them with me throughout the rest of my life. That's not present when I think of my mother. And that is its own kind of pain. And that is going to affect a person. And it's going to make it hard to go to work. And that's why I'm in my pajamas. So I'm like freshly showered. Because I was just like, I had kind of slipped into some coping mechanisms that was just like, pretend it's not happening, forge forward. That's one of my coping mechanisms. It's been one of my coping mechanisms for a long time. It served me very, very well. And now it's not serving me. It's keeping me from knowing my real emotional landscape. It's making me wonder, why am I such a mess? It's like, because it's your mom's death anniversary, dude. Like, I'm not going to make that coping mechanism my enemy. I'm not going to say that that's bad behavior or old behavior, because I don't like those terms for older coping mechanisms. But I am going to say that it's not helping me. It's not serving me. There's other ways I could have dealt with that this week. And I don't know, that's good to know, but that's not an admonition of myself. That's just part of my reality. So that is my update. It's a very weird one. It's been a very weird week. And I'm just so grateful for everything that I have in my life right now, that I have enough space for this difficult emotional thing. I have enough space to go, I don't know, have a little journey with my grief, with my trauma, with an old coping mechanism that really helped me out. And then I can bring it back, and I'm not going to beat myself up over it. I'm not going to be mad about it. I am going to do what I need to do for my life to continue to go the way it's going. And then I'm just going to take care of myself, and it's okay to sit here in the warm house and do my work. It's okay to be here in pajamas and be happy and cozy with some tea. I don't know if you can, my tea bag, my tea cup. This is a teacup. In America, this is a teacup. Anyway, that's my Thursday update. Have a weekend, everybody. See you Monday.